just about set to go now. And today's starting pitcher, Max Kranick. What do we need to know here?
Well, they're going with the opener in this one, so this is an interesting look. He's probably only going to pitch an inning, maybe two at the most, and it's going to be unconventional. I think he's going to pitch backwards, more off speed, and then fastballs late.
Ready to go now, and stepping in is the speedy Bryson Stott. Edge of the zone for a strike, and we are underway. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Soto puts it away. One away. And time now for the Phillies lineup. This group was shut out their last game, so we're going to see if they can bounce back with a better effort here today.
And Boog, it can get in your head a little bit when you get shut out. You're frustrated. You're seeing that consecutive streak of innings you haven't scored. And you want to get off to a great start, score early, because if you don't, you feel like you could linger into 2 consecutive games, which no one wants to be a part of. Felt impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
Swing and a chopper out to short. Whips it to first on the run. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Batting third, first baseman Bryce Harper.
Sometimes early errors can be just as costly as errors made late in the ball game, but you just don't know it at the time. Second batter of the game gets on base for free, bringing up the number 3 hitter. So we'll see if they can take advantage right here.
Man at first with one gone. So Harper stands in. Ball 1 there.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
This one smoked, could be trouble. Around second is Turner, and it gets by him. Headed for the plate. He'll score.
Picks himself up an RBI. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
One out. Runner at second. Schwarber getting ready to hit. And that one fouled off. Harper leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Nope. Close, but called a ball. And the count is 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated.
And that's a base hit. Here comes Harper around third. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
And that'll fall for a base hit. Around second is Schwarber. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Batting sixth, left fielder Max Kepler.
Max Kepler at the plate. And a foul ball. On the ground to first, and a foul ball. Just missed.
I think he wanted that call on the upper part of the zone, but just didn't get it. Now he's just trying to get a better feel for how much it missed so he can adjust his sights just a little bit.
2 on, 1 out. Got him! Ricky Holiday with the call.
Committed to that breaking ball just a little too much and couldn't pull the bat back in time. You know, once you get it going, it can be so tough to stop the momentum of that barrel. Good pitch, had him fooled.
JT Realmuto in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Breaks his bat and pops it up. The flip, and very nicely done for the out. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Phillies 2 and the Mets nothing. Back here with my pal Siggy, and on the hill here today, Jesus Luzardo.
Well, there are going to be a lot of balls in play because of the ground ball rate. Important that the defense stays engaged in the game. I think it's critical. Tempo is there. If you work quickly, it helps the fielders behind you to stay engaged, to make those plays, and help you get through the innings.
Bottom of the first. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Foul ball. Chop to the left side. On to first. One up, one down. Juan Soto now. He has, as they like to say.
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
That's right.
There's no way around it. Soto is one of the most exciting players in baseball. His hitting skills are so advanced, you'd think he'd played in Major League Baseball in a different life or something.
And first offering is fouled off. One out, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
This to center field. That one gets down for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Next offering is fouled back. The 0-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Soto, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. 2 down.
Well, Boog, I'll tell you, when he goes to look at the video of that pitch, he's going to want to punch himself. That slider had hit me written all over it, and clearly he just got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. And that one hammered. That's back there. Into the bullpen and gone. A 2-run shot. Home run number 5 on the season, and we're all square. It's 2-2.
This game is breathing new life thanks to that home run, and that's exactly what they needed. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Here's Jesse Winker. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
2 outs. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
0-2.
Tied up here in the early going. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. Real Muto up with it. Fires to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. 2-2 game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. New inning getting started. Here's the third baseman, Alec Bohm.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Right through there for a strike.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Soto calls it in, and there's one away. And the batter now, Johan Rojas. Rojas getting the start in center, hitting ninth in today's lineup, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. And there's a ball. Lifted in the air, right field. Soto going after it. Makes the grab, 2 down.
Now batting, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
This is Bryson Stott. Flied to right his first time. Just missed. Foul ball there. In the air, left field, down the line. Winker on a dead sprint. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. To the right side, Acuna. Slings to first. That's the third out. Phillies go down quietly in the inning. Score remains 2-2. Bottom of the second, and here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. Luzardo back to work. Late on that fastball.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Ricky Holiday, our umpire behind the dish, known as pretty fair umpire for both hitters and pitchers.
Yeah, I think that's right, Boog. There is a little inconsistency on the corners of the plate. You can't always be sure how it's going to go with those borderline pitches as the game progresses.
That one misses, and it's 1-2.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 2. How much were you aware of the umpire's scouting report, or even who was going to be umpiring?
Not a whole lot. I mean, there were a couple of umpires that weren't real good, but outside of that, you just kind of went into the game, especially back when I was playing.
Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. And stepping in for New York, Luis Angel Acuna. Liner, base hit. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer. And he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. Brett Beatty will hit next. Bounding ball here, rolls foul.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor.
Out to center, Rojas. In position, he's got it. Here comes the runner from third. The throw's offline, he's saved. It's 3-2.
There you go, nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat, got the job done.
So up next for New York, Tyrone Taylor. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. In the air, out towards left center. Hauls it in, 2 away. Back to the top of the Mets order. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. Grounded out his first time. That's out to center field. Rojas gets under it and makes the grab. And that is that. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We head on now to the top of the third. It's the Mets 3 and the Phillies 2. Back here in Queens, top half of the third inning, Trey Turner at the plate.
Hey, partner, back in 2023, Turner homered off the same pitcher twice in the same inning. Only a few players have ever done it, and his were against his former team, the Washington Nationals.
Line drive. Hauls it in for the out. And now it's Bryce Harper to the plate. And that's in for a strike. 0-1. Just missed. And that misses. And it's 2-1.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. On the ground. Lindor on to first. And that quickly, 2 away.
Now batting, designated hitter Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. 2 outs, base is empty. Pop foul out of play off to the right. That one just misses.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Phillies down in order. They trail it 3-2. Back here at Citi Field as we go to the last of the third. And now it's Juan Soto.
This is a batter right here who really produces in these night games, and we saw the latest example of it in his first AB.
And a swing and a miss there. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where guys hit the ball, but within the new shift rules? The wind and the pitch. And a swing and a miss.
And an area that goes unnoticed is the coach that's responsible for positioning, and then the research person that's providing the information. So what we're seeing in baseball, so many more people behind the scenes that are contributing to the success between the lines.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Usually when you see several pitches, you're going to get at least one that you might be able to do something with. But they didn't exactly challenge him in any way right there. And really, they just used his aggressiveness against him. I don't think he even got a pitch in the zone.
No, that's a good point, Singy. He goes down on strikes, but not a single pitch was actually in the strike zone. Alonso, batting with one down, takes a strike. Fastball for a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Hammered on a line to the left, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. You can't do much better than that on a pitch that far outside of the strike zone. Got him in a chase on the two-strike count, but he wasn't fooled. He hit that ball really well.
That one is absolutely belted. That's down. One hops off the wall. Alonso is waved home. He'll score.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
One out, runner at second. Here's the left fielder, Jesse Winker. That's a laser base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out. Luis Torrens.
And the Mets, ladies and gentlemen, are getting hot.
And a run scored so far. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. He's got it, and there's two away.
Now batting, second baseman,
Luis Angel Acuna up now for the Mets. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Ball one, no strikes. Some bullpen action for Philadelphia. Christopher Sanchez up and throwing. Alvarado also getting ready. Fouled off. He was late.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
That one down the line, and foul ball. Nimmo on third. Winker at first. 2 out of the inning. And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. Out there to center. And that'll fall for a base hit. In comes the run from third to add on. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 3.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
First and second, 2 outs. Brett Beatty, the next to hit. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Brett Beatty taking over for Vientos tonight. The Mets looking to get him hot.
2 on, 2 outs.
Or at least a little longer.
Swing and a miss at a slider.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. 3 innings complete. It's the Mets 5 and the Phillies 2. And welcome back to the ballpark. Nick Castellanos at the plate now.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced Old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the third home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished.
Winker makes the grab, 1 away. Now batting Max Kepler. Struck out swinging his first time. And that one clips the corner.
It's amazing to look up and see 88 miles per hour on that changeup. Back in the day, that was a pretty good fastball. But with high velocities these days, that speed differential is right where it needs to be.
Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. The 1-1 is fouled off. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. 1 down, base is empty. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Real Muto. He's 0 for 1. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
That's a strike, and it's 0-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Popped up. Acuna pulls that.
And it looked like that was going to end up terrible, but Acuna settles in.
Philadelphia. They trail at 5-2. Welcome back, and they turn to a new arm as we kick off the bottom of the 4th. Christopher Sanchez.
Big swing and miss stuff right here, Boo. Averaging more than 1 strikeout per inning this season. So far, he's been pretty electric.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Mets putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. Looking at the numbers, they've got 4 hits when they're behind in the count. That says these guys
drilled out.
Taylor rips one.
That's well struck. And it one-hops the
That'll be a second
easily with a leadoff double.
base hit.
Oh, a swing like that.
And he's got a double.
Struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Back to the top of the lineup, Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. Swing and a ground ball towards first, but foul. Lindor was born in Puerto Rico, but actually played his high school ball in Florida. Battling here as he fouls it away. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. In time to get him. 1 away in the strikeout. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Right side, hard hit. They get the out on Soto.
For the Mets, first baseman.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso, 1 for 2. Slides for the stop. The throw.
What a
And it's
play.
a play to end the inning. Mets strand one. They're still out in front 5-2. And we're back. We go to the top of the fifth. Leading off, Alec Bohm. Kranick back to work. Fought off foul.
You know, these Phils, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game.
Oh, that got away from him.
Right there.
And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. Johan Rojas stands in for the Phillies. Oh, he doesn't get the call. 1-0. Fastball for a strike. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
And this is how the rally started in the first inning.
Now batting second baseman,
Bryson Stott stands in for the Phillies.
Kranick was doing so good.
Lined, and that's a base hit.
The Phillies
Here
looking at
comes
take
Bohm around third. He'll score
the
easy.
runner to home and they get him.
So just one across on the play.
Oh, here we are, third time.
RBI
This is where we see
by Bryson Stott.
Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Trey Turner now. Golden opportunity right here.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center
And the
field.
Phillies looking to tag in another run. Soto throws home, and that is not there. Phillies drive in another 2-run inning.
And don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Right?
And Kranick was doing great until he gave up
Job with the sac fly.
that
Here's
walk.
Bryce Harper. 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the first. Swing and a foul out of play. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. One down. Phillies down a run. Swing and a high fly ball. Well struck. Winker.
And will that be out of here? No.
And he makes the
But the Phillies tie the game.
He'll score on the sac fly. It's 5-5.
And this
That's the third run of the
is
inning.
a
This
tie
team's doing a
game.
nice job of executing at the plate.
Bryce Harper coming through.
And Kyle Schwarber will come up. 1 for 2. He had an RBI bench
Kranick
back in the first.
will get called out of this game.
There's a strike. Schwarber measures 6 feet even, 32 years old. And though usually in left field, today he's the designated hitter.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone. Some guys don't like not being able to play defense because it helps them to stay in the rhythm. So for him to be the DH, we'll see if he gets a routine together.
2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the fifth. And that one is in the dirt. Full count now. And Schwarber strikes out. So they get 3 and draw even. Last
And
half
that'll
of the
be
fifth
it for
coming up.
Kranick.
We're all tied up 5-5.
Senga will be coming in the next inning.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So now here's the Mets DH, Brandon Nimmo. Out towards right center field. Castellanos sizes this one up. Hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, left fielder.
Now the left fielder, Jesse Winker. Tap foul at the plate.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. All tied up. Last half of inning number 5. Down and in, moved his feet. One down, base is empty. Good job to fight that one off. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Nabs it, and there are 2 down. Luis Torrens up now for the Mets. He is singled and he is flied to left. And there's a rocket.
Torrens will get a double out of that one.
Makes the turn and heads for second.
Forced one, but he will.
And he's there with a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. He put a great swing on that ball. Took the barrel right to it. Nice extension as well. 105 exit velocity. That tells you everything you need to know about that swing. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
And that one fouled off. Man on second, 2 down. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. In the air, left field, down the line. Fair ball.
And Acuna with another RBI gives the Mets the lead once again.
They've got the lead.
The amazing making magic here.
Just a bloop hit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now at the plate, Brett Beatty. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's tightened up a bit at 6-5 now. Back after this on the show. We're back, and they make a
Kodai
change.
Senga coming in the game.
Kodai Senga.
They're going to give the Mets a slight advantage.
Here's Nicholas Castellanos.
Right fielder, Nick Castellanos.
Pitch is in there. It's 0-1. Up the middle, Acuna. And Castellanos is out.
Now batting, left fielder, Max
So digging in, Max Kepler. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And that is a foul ball. Senga ready to fire now. And strike 2.
0-2.
And now 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And that one in there and gets Kepler. 2 down.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Real Muto, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike 1. The Mets leading by a run, and we're the top half of the 6th. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. And it's a 3-up.
Senga comes in and gets 2 strikeouts.
9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Mets 6 and the Phillies 5.
Now pitching for
Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Carlos Hernandez.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So digging in, Tyrone Taylor. This one popped up, foul ground first base side. Corrals it, and there's 1 down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
So the lineup flips over, and now it's Frankie Lindor. 0 for 3, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. And first offering is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Swings through that. Stirring in the Phillies bullpen, Matt Strom. The left-handed reliever appears to be getting loose. Kirkering warming up as well. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Had him out front for strike 3.
Back-to-back curveballs.
Lindor is 0-4.
And I tell you what, that's having a feel for what you
What a
can be
terrible
dealing with.
at-bat.
And clearly, he wasn't picking up that breaking ball at all.
And it's fouled away. And he grounds one to the right side.
And Soto can't seem to catch a break.
They get the out on Soto. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Mets go down quickly as it remains. Back here at Citi Field. And here comes Alec Bohm. Swing and a ground ball, and it's just foul. That was close. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound, no question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
Out to short. Tosses across to first. 2 up, 2 down.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made.
And that umpire is calling strikes when they're balls. Oh my God.
Inside, just missed. And there's a foul ball. Looking to get the tying run on base. Stays alive. And a 1-2. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Down quickly go the Phillies. This one remains close, 6-5. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Matt Strom.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Alonso in now, takes ball one off the plate.
Well, the game plan for this offense has been pretty clear. They're being aggressive at the plate, but still finding ways to pick their spots without falling into the habit of being over-aggressive. 5 hits for them on the first pitch alone, so they're swinging and connecting right out of the gates.
Harper steps on the bag and one away in the bottom of the 7th. And now, Brandon Nimmo. And it was a homer back in the first inning that got his day started at the plate.
Yeah, Boog, a 2-run blast. His fans were just still getting into their seats here at the ballpark. So if you showed up late to this one, you missed out on a big moment early on.
He swings and fouls one off. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
0-2 is the count.
Towards first, Harper. He steps on the bag and a couple of quick outs.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Rojas makes the grab, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Ready to begin the 8th, and now it's going to be Trey Turner. Senga back to work. Breaking ball through there for a strike.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Got him swinging.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down 1. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Fastball is outside. Holding on to a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. Pitch misses there. 2-1. Now that's smacked to right center.
And Harper rips one to right center field.
Digging for 2.
And this get another inning rally.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that is strike 1. Popped up left side. Senga. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. And now for the Phillies, Nick Castellanos. Swings through that one. 0-1.
0-1.
Harper on at second with 2 down. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And that's the 3rd out.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Jose Ruiz. Well, 1-run game. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Luis Torrens. And a foul ball. Ruiz, in his 5th season, he throws a curveball, a 4-seamer, a sinker, a slider, And he works in a changeup. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Real Muto up with it. Fires to first. Got him. One away on the strikeout.
Well, you rarely ever see 3 curveballs in a row because that's one of those pitches that's most effective when you haven't seen it recently. You might see 3 sliders in a row, but right there, he was feeling that curveball and figured he could finish with that pitch.
He was almost there. He was
Luis
almost
Angel
close.
Acuna up now for the Mets. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Swing and a ball line to center. Puts it away for the out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Beatty now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there.
Okay, swing now. He had his mind made up. As soon as that ball left the hand of the pitcher, he was going to swing at it.
Ground ball right side, and that's just foul. And he hits a ground ball right side. Stop.
And Brett Beatty, despite having a good spring training, has not been able to get anything started this season.
2-3. They lead it, however, it's 6-5.
So the Mets will look to close it out with Edwin Diaz and get another victory. The man who will potentially get the save here tonight, Mr. Edwin Diaz.
Now pitching for the Mets, number 39, Edwin Diaz.
Rips one to right, down the line, and it's foul. To the right side, and he takes it himself for the out.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Real Muto up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. There's a swing and a miss.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Got him swinging for the K. Now only 1 out remaining. And now it's Alec Bohm.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
0-1.
Swings through that one.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
And he strikes him out, and the Mets get another win.
Well, with this 6th win in a row, all of a sudden,
These Mets are amazing this season. Well, the beginning of the season.
we're good.
And let's hope they stay healthy and keep it rolling.
And you start to expect
What a game.
this kind of play out of yourself. We'll see if this
Mets win
translates to a longer winning streak than it is right now.
6-5 here in Citi Field.
They hang on to win it by a run for Christian.
And Sonic, even though he had a bit of a bump there, gets the victory. Save will go to Diaz. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at these highlights. Kreinik giving up 2 runs in the first inning. Then he caught up and had a good game until he gave up another 3 runs. And then he was taken out. Diaz with the close. Striking out Alec Bohm. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Walk One Entertainment, and we will catch you on the next one.